it's Annabelle. So I am doing some updates for you guys today. I just got done with my daughter's 4-year update, and I'm going to do my son's 2-year update and how he is doing. He is such a little man. His personality just blossomed over the last year. He is just a sweet little boy. I was a little bit concerned about him only being 19 months old when baby number 3 came, because I was like, oh, like it's just a little too little yet. And I was just worried that he would have a lot of problems, like with sharing time and just being grown up enough to know that mommy and daddy need to take care of baby. Well, that was a completely wrong assumption on my part. I really didn't give him any credit for being such a big boy. He has done amazing with being a big brother. He is he is calm, he is courteous, he is loving, if baby starts crying, he gets very concerned and will like come and get my husband or myself and be like, hey, baby cry. And so he is absolutely amazing with her. He can, now that she is sitting up by herself, he can like hold her, and he loves taking care of her and like getting her things, getting her a bottle, like getting me a diaper, like all that kind of stuff. Just absolutely loves being a big brother. Him and my daughter do fight. I said that in my daughter's video. They're kind of doing a power struggle kind of thing. They know how to push each other's buttons. They don't do it that often, but they still do fight. But when you get down to it, like, they love each other. Like, they know they like messed up, like when they fight and stuff, and they will be like so quick to apologize and give each other a hug and like work it out. My son is like, I just think he's small because of like him. I'm comparing him and my daughter. So to me, my son seems small. To other children, he seems like right on track, or even a little bit bigger than other kids. But where my daughter was at age 2, she was tall and she was a brick. My son is average. He's 50th percentile in all of his height and weight and all of his measurements and everything. He does have a little bit of a big head, but he is growing well, doing well. This kid eats all day, and I am not kidding. My son is more of a eat all day rather than sit down and have a meal, and I was trying to get him and like change him into eating a meal, and that doesn't work for him. So we've had to kind of adjust to like his schedule. He will eat all day. Like, I am not even kidding. He will eat all day. And he is still like, he's very thin. He is very active. He's outgoing. He does not believe in gravity. He is a complete boy in the physical department. He wants to climb on everything, under things, into things, find out how it works, take it apart. He is so curious about everything and wants to know how it works and just what happens if I pull this. My daughter was very nice with all of her toys and all of her books and all of her things. And I was like, oh yay, you're being nice to your things so your next sibling can play with them and have them also. And my son is kind of like a destroyer. I'm trying to teach him to be more nice with his things. My son, occasionally now still, but he used to put everything in his mouth, and I mean everything. We bought all these teething toys for my daughter when she was born, and then she didn't even use them. She was not a chewer. My son, absolutely everything. It didn't matter what it was, he is putting it in his mouth. And so now we've gotten to the point, ever since he was 18 months, I was like, okay, so no more. we're just not going to do that. And a couple months ago, he got really high, severe fevers that were lasting a little bit too long for comfort. He had 104 and 105 fevers, and he scared me, very much so. It was a rough few days. Never want to do that again. But his 2-year molars are all coming in all at the same time, and so he's struggling with that right now. But he's all good in that department. But he's stopped like chewing on things. Like every once in a while he'll be like, like if they're playing with kitchen stuff and they're like pretending to eat, he'll stick it in his mouth. And I'm like, okay, no, we just pretend. So we go things like that. But yeah, so he's just doing good. He is more advanced than what my daughter was physically, but the whole like learning time and things like that, where I was at with my daughter at age 2, my son is not quite there yet, which is expected. I expected it, for them like not to be the exact same and for them to be different and everything, and it is proving to be true. But where my son is at, he knows all of his shapes. We are working on colors. We are just working on the 4 like primary colors, or the most common colors of red, yellow, blue, and green. So we are working on those, and we are just working on increasing his vocabulary. My daughter was using full sentences by the time she was 2, and my son is still using like 2-word sentences, like more please and things like that. So we are trying to get him, especially the last couple months, we've been trying to get him to use full sentences, and he is making huge like leaps and bounds in his speech. So he's been doing awesome with more communication. Discipline with him, we are doing timeouts. He does have to sit a whole lot more than what my daughter did. So that is a little bit frustrating, because it seems like he's in timeout quite a few times a day, but he's kind of learning his boundaries right now, and I have to just remember that myself, that he still doesn't quite know, so we got to just work on it every day. So he's doing better with that. He knows we mean business when we say no, and but he is more apt to just take on a task by himself than what my daughter was. He's like, oh, this needs to be done, or he'll see something that needs to be done, and he'll just like start doing it without asking, like in the wrong order and like things like that. So like he'll put dirty dishes away, like the dishwasher was not clean, but he'll start taking dishes out, because I do let the kids put dishes away like on the bottom counters and drawers and stuff of our kitchen. So he'll start taking stuff out. So like we'll have dirty dishes in the like cupboard and things like that. It's like, oh wait, no. Like they're not clean yet. And he's like, I put away. So he's pretty funny. So yeah, so like our goals with him are just to get his speech clearly like going and everything by the time he's 3. And we're still going to work on like learning stuff with him. What else does he know? He knows all of his body parts. We're working on detailed body parts like eyelashes, eyebrows, nostrils, earlobes, things like that, like detail ones. But he knows like where his face, head, hair, eyes, mouth, nose, chin, cheeks, neck, ears, shoulders, elbows, hands, arms, chest, back, butt, legs, knees, ankles, feet, toes. I think he knows calves and thighs still, and I think we're working on hip. He's still, like, you say hip and he's like, what? But he knows all that stuff. Let's see what else. He's like golden in like math and like early learning, like math and science stuff. He like really knows physics and things like that. Like he's just very like spatially like set. Like that whole thing where they say boys are more spatial is so true. I have had to adapt my like learning and stuff to him, or the way that I teach to how he is. let's see. But that is pretty much an update of where he is right now. Let's see, I'm trying to think. He can say all of his letters and all of his letter sounds. We're working on like the ABC song and nursery rhymes and things like that. And once he knows like the ABC song, we'll start working on sorry. Okay, sorry, someone's turning. Anyways, we'll start working on like things that we started working on with my daughter, which is like pre-reading stuff. But yeah, that's where he's at right now. Sorry it's long and rambly, but he is also a great kid. Some of the things that he does when he goes up to his baby sister and gives her a kiss on her head, like randomly, it just absolutely melts my heart. He's a precious, precious little boy. He is so kind and crazy at the same time. I have had to learn to let go a little bit with him because he has to try something for himself. And sometimes he falls and sometimes he fails, and it's like letting go, so he has to experience and do all of that like by himself. So anyways, if you have any questions or comments, I also don't know his height or weight. That escapes me right now. I don't know why numbers are so hard in the morning for me. But anyways, that's him right now. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Otherwise, I will talk to y'all later. Bye guys.